In this episode of the vlog, we're going to talk about 5 traits of successful leaders on social media. All right, so I have gotten to work with a lot of people on social media and helping them build their platform on social media or watching them build their platform on social media. And I've learned from a lot of people that have failed on social media. I've learned from a lot of people that have succeeded on social media. And these are 5 consistent traits that I've seen across all leaders who've succeeded on social media. The first trait that I've seen among leaders who are succeeding and thriving on social media is they're consistent. They're logging in consistently, they're posting content consistently, they're engaged consistently. And so what happens a lot of times is a leader will jump on social media and like, oh, I need to get on LinkedIn. And they'll be on LinkedIn for like a week and then they'll disappear for 2 months. Well, you can't really build healthy community when you're not engaged consistently in that conversation and in that community. And so leaders that are thriving on social media are actively engaged in social media and consistently engaged in social media. So that's the first success trait. The second trait that I've seen among successful leaders on social media is they're adaptable. They're adaptable. Now, a lot of leaders jumped on social media early days when MySpace was the big social network. And the reality is if you just stayed on MySpace, you became irrelevant. People are moving. Social media is moving. Instagram is growing. LinkedIn is growing. Facebook in many ways is adapting to Messenger and groups, and there's other platforms. So you have to constantly change and adapt to this changing landscape. That's a good thing. These platforms are maturing, they're developing, and you have to develop with them. And so leaders that are succeeding are adaptable. The third thing that I'm seeing consistently across leaders that are succeeding is they're creative. They're creative. They're creatively looking at different ways to engage their community, to engage their social media following. And that doesn't mean they're necessarily artistic. And I think that's a perception that a lot of people get, and it's something that I've often struggled with is I'm not artistic. I'm not a graphic designer. I'm not really a video editor, but I can still be creative. I can be thoughtful in the content that I'm creating and putting together. And so it might be insightful and creative in that way. And so the consistent leaders that are engaging and thriving on social media are creative in how they're thinking about how they engage that audience in new and different and engaging ways. The fourth thing I've seen among all leaders who are engaging effectively on social media is they're relational. Social media is social and there's relationship engaged in that. And so while a lot of people get on social media because they want a bullhorn, they want a microphone to be able to speak a message out, those that are thriving are listening. I think the most valuable thing we can do on social media is to listen and to interact and engage. And so while it is a place to share messages, it's also a place to engage in conversations and to build relationships. And so those leaders that are thriving value relationship and they're relational. The last tip and the last success trait that I've seen is probably the most important, and I have not seen anyone succeed on social media without this, and it's that they care. They care about their community that they're building on social media. They care about their followers. They care about the content they're creating. They're not lackadaisical about social media. It's just not just another thing they're doing. They're building a community on these platforms, and so they genuinely care. And so those leaders that have those traits that are consistent, they're creative, and they genuinely care, and they're putting a lot of creative insight into the content they're creating and the conversations that they're starting. Those are the leaders that are thriving. So I hope you'll lean in. I hope you'll really challenge yourself to really embrace those 5 things and that you'll become a leader worth following on social media and continue to grow and build those communities and audiences through your organization or through your personal platforms. I hope this video has helped you in developing. I wonder what other traits you might see that you might encourage other leaders around when it comes to building their following on social media and how it is they can become more effective through social media.